is basically because life gets really complex and we have humans in work environments and they are there to deliver work, yes, but it's our duty and our due diligence to them to create a beautiful environment that fosters human growth, not just work growth. Because actually without the human, how can you have the work growth? So that's where personal development comes into the workplace. And being a scientist for 13 years, I feel like my privilege and my opportunity and what I love is to make complex subjects very simple to understand. And for me, there was a whole pivotal moment during that shift of depression where, I lost my mum at the age of 52 to cancer. And that was not something a 27-year-old was ready or prepared for. No one is prepared at any stage, but especially, in a high intensity work environment. I was looking after 3 power stations. I was 27. I'm the eldest in my family, and so forth and so forth. There's all these things, but to the point of the matter that mental health was part of my life and I had to deal with it at work, which was the biggest struggle. And I feel like we have all these beautiful EAP programs and there's talk therapy and counseling, but there wasn't anything to do with me and my personal growth and development. And that's where I feel like the shortcoming in most workplaces is. If we have a beautiful way to improve the health of our employees on the psychological, emotional, physical, and spiritual level, that is the whole human being. And basically personal development for me, in a nutshell, is the ability to grow and develop new patterns and behaviors and really work on the brain chemistry. So we call that neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is a way that we can change the way we do things in the world, our behaviors, our emotions, and the way we seek to be in every day. So a lot of people get stuck. Why is that? Because there are pathways that have formed and conditioned, and then you are in an environment that is counter-conducive to that being actually, awareness doesn't come to the forefront. Whereby you go into work, the same thing, the same time, the same kind of, Groundhog Day keeps playing out, and you don't actually have a snap. You don't really have someone. You don't really have a conversation. It's the same thing. How are you? I'm good. Oh, how's work? Oh, busy. And all these things keep playing out, and it's the same thing. But I'm here to say, I'm your proof that a 27-year-old, having gone through what I've gone through and having come to the other side 10 years later, sitting in front of you saying, I know that I am much better today. I'm confident. I can walk into a room. I can be myself. And that's all because of the patterns and behaviors that I looked at very closely using personal development and all the theories and all the science that goes behind it, and started making true the vision I had for myself. And that's what it comes down to. I feel like we have to become aware of our patterns and behaviors. I feel like we have to instill, a way of doing work that's actually for the personal and human development, not just a human going to work, clocking in and clocking out. And that's what I want to teach today. So it's not a case of immediately changing. I feel like it's got to do with understanding the problem, reinforcing that we need to change it, and actually seeing it, owning it, and allowing ourselves to actually adhere to the fact that something needs to change. And going forward, I want to bring these programs to the corporate world because in our lives, how much of our lives is taken up by work? And you are the sum of the 5 people you surround yourself with, the psychological impact they have, the social kind of environment you're in. And in fact, if I walk into a room and my cortisol levels are very high and I'm highly stressed, and stress is really an outcome of fear and anger and, shame and guilt. If I walk into a room, any room, a boardroom, and I'm there to present something really important, but my stress levels are high, scientifically, it's proven that what I say, even if the words are perfect on paper, transcribed my feelings of stress inside my body, that residue and that frequency and that energy, as we call it, low vibes, is translated to everyone in that room. So no matter how good you do your job or how good you come and present yourself in a meeting, unless and until you're actually healthy and whole, you can't be the best version of yourself. So our KPI is really simple. It's that we want to create freedom. Freedom in the mind, freedom in emotions, and freedom in our lives, in ourselves. And we want to do that by setting up a beautiful program which makes us more human, because there's a human at work, and a community, because community and bonding is something I think is very lacking in environments of workplaces. We are there as humans, almost like robots, but we need to be there and have more real conversations and have real authenticity and have that being seen and heard and understood. That is the human need. So I ask you, can you make it better for your people? Can we make it better for our work environments? Absolutely we can. And we're really privileged to be able to create this platform and this opportunity to do that.